Hey, how you guys doing today? My name is Denarse, and I am the host of the Marsh Show. And we're gonna go ahead and jump right on into video today. And the title of this video is "Creamy Tuscan Salmon," and this is coming to you by with Cooking with Tammy. Hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody had a good day yesterday, and hope everybody continues to have a good day for the remainder of such. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump right on into the video. Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome back to your girl Cooking with Tammy. I am back in the building with another great recipe. Today I'm going to show you how I make my delicious creamy Tuscan salmon. The last time we made anything,
we haven't really done a whole lot of fish here. I think we fried some fish here with AB before, so we're gonna go ahead and try to take it a different way today. And I just realized it is Lent and Ramadan, so maybe that's what's going on right now. I don't know. So we're gonna try to finagle a little bit. Let's see how it goes.
creamy and Tuscan, it was our creamy Tuscan shrimp, and let me tell you, boy, absolutely delicious. Definitely a banger. But today we're going to be working with the salmon, and it's going to be even better. So without further ado, let's introduce these ingredients and get started. Of course, we have our salmon on our chopping block. We also have some butter. Not to mention we have our spinach because we need that vitamin B12 and
nice fresh spinach, like that B12, like she's saying.
B6 and all the numbers and letters. You know what I'm trying to say. Also, we have some minced garlic, white wine, grated Parmesan cheese, and we have some sun-dried tomatoes. We have our sun-dried tomatoes soaking in oil and herbs. Yes, we do. Now, where did I get my sun-dried tomatoes from, Tammy? You can always get
Where did you get those from, Tammy?
Dried tomatoes from either ShopRite, Walmart, or your local grocers. For the other ingredients, we have olive oil, salt, ground black pepper, as well as heavy cream. And with all of that being said, let's get to cooking. First things first, the salmon has been washed and pat dried. Why did you pat it dry? Because we are going to add the salmon to a hot cast iron skillet, and we do not want the splish splash effect going on. No, we don't. We don't want 4th of July in the kitchen, all right? So what we're going to
snap, crackle, pop.
do is we're going to definitely pat it really dry with a paper towel, of course, and we are going to season these bad boys up. We're going to start off with adding some salt.
Nice, fresh, coarse salt. Nice.
We're going to use some black pepper, or should I say rainbow peppercorn? Of course, use what you have. Now, what's the rainbow peppercorn about? It consists of, let's see, red, pink, black pepper, white pepper, so on and so forth. In my opinion, it brings great depths of flavor when it comes to seasoning your food. Going to repeat the same thing on the other side as well. Gonna take our hands and pat it in.
She's using that fresh cracked pepper too.
Make sure the seasoning is stuck to the salmon. Don't want your seasoning everywhere but on the salmon. If not, then I guess that's just gonna defeat the purpose. All right, after that, we're gonna move on to our skillet and we're gonna add some oil and fry these babies up. Let's add that oil to the pan. This is perfect. I know we added oil to our cast iron skillet, but now would be the perfect time to add non-stick cooking spray. You know, you can't be too sure. You gotta have that guarantee.
Because that fish will stick on you. It will stick on you.
Reassurance. I know you see that smoke right there. This pan is extremely hot, and we are ready to go.
And once it sticks, it's a nightmare to flip. A nightmare.
We're going to allow the salmon to cook for about 1.5 minutes on each side. As you can see, that little transition in color right there is no longer bright pink, but instead it's starting to turn like a slight white pinkish color. That is the perfect indication. It is time to flip our salmon over. Allow it at least 1.5 minutes on the other side as well before flipping it over. We don't have to worry about cooking it all the way through at this point in time because we're going to add the salmon back to the pan once we're done. Okay, we are almost done. Yes,
look at that. We almost done. She is flying through this recipe. Let's go. Let's go.
Together. Now that we're finished frying our salmon, if you have an excessive amount of oil in the pan, now would be the perfect time to drain that oil off. We only need a little bit of oil. Our pan is so hot that at this point I turn the pan off. But of course, in your case, you're going to turn your pan down if necessary, or should I say you're going to turn the flame down if necessary. However, we're going to add our butter. We're going to turn our stovetop back on, but this time it's going to be on a low heat. Why are we rocking out with the low heat? Well, I'm going to tell you.
Break it down for us, Miss Tammy. Break it down for us.
The reason why we're using low heat is because garlic tends to burn really easily. Not to mention butter itself, it browns really easily as well. So low heat it is. For now, we're going to add our garlic. Make sure we get everything out of this ramekin. We're going to toss it around just a bit until all of those delicious aromatics are released. And we're going to combine it with the butter. Toss it around, make it look good.
I can just smell it now.
We don't want our garlic to burn, so it's important that we continuously stir. Our pan needs to be hot, but not too hot at this point, if that makes sense. Now allow our garlic to toast up just a bit, but not too much, because we don't want to eat burnt garlic.
It's a thin line, like she's telling y'all. It's a very thin line.
Now that everything is nice and toasted, we're going to add our white wine. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're going to add that white wine, allow it to reduce just a bit. Probably, I would say a little bit less than half, all right? Because we're trying to get all of the flavors. Mix it around, combine it really well. We want those flavors to pick up. So we're going to combine the white wine with the garlic, the butter, and everything else that's in the pan.
Okay.
Once we're done, we are going to add our heavy cream. Yes, I'm adding heavy cream. We're going all the way with this recipe. Now, here's the thing.
Tammy said all the way in on this one. She's slamming this recipe, though, for real.
If you add half and half,
she's slamming
you
this.
may have to allow it to reduce a little bit more in order to get that nice, creamy, rich texture. Or you may even have to add cornstarch and water. I'm not trying to do all of that. I just prefer to add the heavy cream and get it nice and creamy, and we're good to go. We're going to add our Parmesan cheese, and we're going to add a little at a time, only because we don't want a clumpy mess. We want to take our time, stir it really nicely until everything becomes nice and smooth. I am using the back of my spatula to smooth it on out because we want a nice, rich, textured, creamy, saucy sauce, all right? We want our saucy sauce to be nice and smooth. Since our saucy sauce is nice and creamy, let's go ahead and add those sun-dried tomatoes. Now, let me tell you, when it comes down to the sun-dried tomatoes, ooh, so delicious. Not only does it give you that nice flavor, but it also gives you that nice pop of color as well. So when it comes to the sun-dried tomatoes, it's up to you whether or not if you want to add a little bit or a little bit more, if that makes sense. But I'm going to overindulge just a bit and add as many sun-dried tomatoes as I can, because it's definitely going to be a contributing factor in our saucy sauce.
Okay.
We're also going to go in and add our spinach, of course. Yes, we are. However, when it comes down to the spinach, it may seem like...
With the fresh spinach, go ahead. That's going to look so nice in that dish and complement everything so well when everything
cooks down. It's a lot, but by the time it cooks down and it starts to wilter, it's going to seem as if like, wait a minute, what happened? I didn't add enough spinach. So with that being said, now will be the perfect opportunity to add more than a handful of spinach. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe 2 or even maybe 3 handfuls. We're going to stir everything, allow everything to do what it do. The spinach at this point in time is going to break down really quickly, and the color of our sauce is going to start to change in a couple of minutes.
Cooking it down.
And with all of that being said, we're going to add something else. Yes, we are. We are going to add our salmon to this delicious dish. We're going to add our salmon. We're going to take that saucy sauce. We're going to top our salmon with it. And now would be the perfect time to allow that salmon to cook all the way through. Allow that salmon to steam and do what it do. Don't be shy. Hit that salmon off with a tomato or 2. And of course, take some of that decadent, delicious, creamy, saucy sauce and drizzle it onto the salmon as well. Hey. And of course, you better include some of that spinach. Veggies are good for you. You hear me?
Y'all want a freeze frame? I think that deserves a freeze frame. She got her sun-dried tomatoes on there. She got her fresh spinach. And she got that fresh looking nice. And it looks flaky and tender somehow, but it's all sticking together. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, you see it.
And we're going to allow it to remain on a slow simmer for about, I would say, like 30 seconds. Get that infusion of the salmon to be intertwined with the sauce and everything. And once we're done, we're going to turn that stovetop off, and we are going to serve our creamy Tuscan salmon up with our favorite side dish, of course. Now that can be any one of your favorite pastas, even zoodles. What is zoodles? Zoodles are pretty much made with zucchini. It's a healthier option. You can also do quinoa, not to mention you can do a nice creamy bed of mashed potatoes. Yes, you can. Or you can just eat it with some bread. I mean, like, hey, do you. You know what I mean? Whatever suits you best. But what I am trying to say is this meal is very universal. Serve it up any which way you like, however you prefer. Now, with all of that being said, it's about that time. It's taste test time. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
And as you can see, I can't even get the salmon out of the pan. So I'm going to go with a little extra reinforcement because it's somewhat of a bad angle, but we're going to make it work. We're going to top our pasta with our delicious creamy
Miss Tammy said we're going to make it happen. Dang, that looked good.
Tuscan salmon. And it's about that time to dig in. And side note, when you're serving your creamy Tuscan salmon with whatever you choose to.
Big bag, big bag. I can't even say that about this meal because this is a very healthy meal. So, but I still feel like a big bag when that gravy or that cheese sauce goes on there.
Serve it up with. Be sure to add some of that creamy, saucy sauce. Don't be cheap when it comes to the saucy sauce. Add as much sauce as you want or as much as your taste buds require, because trust me, when I tell you this sauce is everything, it's so delicious. If you don't serve it with enough sauce, you're just going to be missing out. What else can I tell you? And let's see what we're working with. Check it out. Check it out. Look at how beautiful the meat is, still nice and pink, and it's definitely cooked all the way through. This is something else right here. Absolutely delicious. Talk about mouth-watering delicious. OMG. You guys, let me tell you something. You definitely have to give this recipe a try. If you don't, you're going to be...
Look at that. Look at that. Did y'all see the way that fish just split right down the middle when she cut it? Like, that was like very cinematic, very cinematic. It really was. Like, this a very nice dish. A very... I get his 5 stars. I get his 5 stars. Real talk. Real talk.
Losing out big time. All right. So delicious. OMG. And not to mention, so quick and easy to put together. I mean, it's a win-win. What else can I tell you? Anyway, as always, guys, I am your girl Cooking with Tammy, and I will catch you guys in another video. As always, follow me on Instagram at Cooking with Tammy and all my other social media platforms. And I will catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later, guys.
Miss Tammy, Miss Tammy, Miss Tammy. I really think that was the one. That was the one. That, like I said, it was very aesthetic to the eyes. It was very pleasing to the eyes, and I got to be very pleasing to the palate. And I will let you guys know because it is on the menu. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. All right. You guys be safe out there and check out one of these videos, and we'll do it all again next time. Later.